Hey, so it's number 5 for the week. Sitting under this beautiful big tree, it's a massive tree, so you can see sort of bits flying all around me. It's shedding its pink flowers, so you can see there's like a carpet of them right behind me on the ground there. It's a really pretty pink though, and it's a beautiful tree to sit under, although I'm loving the sun too. And the playground equipment back there is, we just talked about dispelling darkness, and sitting on a swing and swinging is one of the ways I dispel darkness. I love a swing. Maybe you like the seesaw, maybe you like something else. um, Sliding maybe. I just love the swings. Who else loves swings? I love swings. Anyway, okay, so this is number 5, as I said, and we're going to be in chapter 6, and I just picked the first verse of this one. Although read the whole chapter if you've, strongly encourage you to do this, because it talks about what actually happens again with the pride cycle and the more creeping in of the Gadianton robbers and where that all comes from. It helps you recognize it, so that if you ever encounter it or you're ever feeling that kind of way, you can recognize it and say, no, not for me. So it's a really good thing to read, like where it comes from and how to avoid it and how to recognize it so we can avoid it. But anyway, verse 1 of chapter 6, it says, "And it came to pass that when the 62nd year of the reign of the judges had ended, all these things had happened, and the Lamanites had become, the more part of them, a righteous people, insomuch that their righteousness did exceed that of the Nephites, because of their firmness and their steadiness in the faith." Now, ain't that a turnaround? The Nephites are now so wicked, the Lamanites are much more righteous than them. And you always think of, I don't know, for a lot of people they think, oh, Lamanites bad. It's like, no, actually not. Actually, a lot of them were really good. A lot of them were wonderful parents, and they had good families and lived well and provided for themselves, and they weren't bad. There's always some that's going to be boring, and I think you find that within any culture, race, people, religion, group of people. Majority of them are going to be good, because the majority of people are actually good people, and there's always going to be some that just ruin it for everyone else. So interesting though that here tables are turned quite obviously. It's no longer a balance, or no longer some of the Lamanites fleeing to join the Nephites. No, there's a distinctly better than the Nephites have become. Just sad. And as we said before earlier, that this will prove to be their ultimate destruction and downfall, as the Gadianton robbers. And if you read through this one, you actually find that the Gadianton robbers and those people that are doing that now fill all the judgment seats, and much like a corrupt government where they take bribes and do backdoor handling of things and deals, and it's not good. There's no transparency, and yeah, it's just not nice. But anyway, interesting just to note here that, how do you demonstrate steady, consistent faith? Because that really is the important part of this, is not if you're a Nephite or a Lamanite or whatever you identify culturally as now, but it's like, do you exhibit and demonstrate steady, consistent faith? Would somebody who met you during the week know what church you go to, or know you even go to church? And when you go to church on Sunday, is it just a Sunday thing for you? Or are you doing this every day? Do you do it when you're only reminded of it, or do you do it because you yourself just want to do it? So, there's always improvements that can be made. Again, don't be too hard on yourself. We're not course correcting here, and what I said, we're not course correcting to give ourselves a guilt trip or to feel bad. We're course correcting for future goals and to do better. You remember how quickly Jesus Christ forgives, so it's going to happen. It's alright. Anyway, so the firmness and the steadiness, that's the two words that really stick here. Their firmness and their steadiness. So the Lamanites end up being missionaries to the Nephites in this, and they come and preach to the Nephites, which I think is really cool that they're willing to do this, especially seeing they've had so much hatred between them for so many years, hundreds and hundreds of years, to just be so willingly, as the Nephites often have, to go teach the Lamanites. Been some brave souls to do that we've talked about in the last couple of months. That these Lamanites are now quite willing to go over and preach to the Nephites. I think it's really cool that they do that. But I just want to point out too, this is the thing here, that you know, often when we ask how you stay steady and then how you do things, and everyone's like after that big miraculous answer, and it's really not. It's everyday prayer, it's reading your scriptures, it's come follow me, it's the little daily commitments, it's walking the path of the gospel. You think back to that chainmail armor we talked about last week, I think it was, that Em Russell Ballard talked about, where it's those little everyday things that make up those little links that all join together that give you the protection you need, that give you that steadiness and that firmness and that consistent faith that you're looking for. And that protection is made up of no big miraculous answer, no big like astounding, like, you know, oh yeah, that's really good. No, it's just the simple things, and they can often seem boring and oh yeah, I've heard that, and it's like, well, then do it, right? Yeah, pretty blunt on that one. Yes, so Bonnie D. Parkin's got a really cool quote, and I kind of love this. She says that years from now, your grandchildren will tell with amazement stories of your choices which changed their lives. Think about that. You will be called pioneers. Have you ever thought that as you step into the unknown, you are showing others the way? I'm like, wow, that's profound, man. As you step into the unknown, you are showing others the way. Because I don't have children, so I'm not going to have grandchildren, but there might be nieces and nephews and step grandchildren that might look at me and call me a pioneer. But I think more importantly, the part of this quote is that, you know, have you ever thought that as you step into the unknown, you are showing others the way? And be brave and do that. So that, you know, we've talked about Nephites who were pioneers showing the way. Now we've got some Lamanites doing that, and we know modern day pioneers. We know the pioneers that started this church, so Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So, you know, as they step into the unknown, they have that bravery. We're doing it in a different way. We're doing it in dealing with COVID. We're doing it in, like, my mum's making masks out of a pattern she cut off a mask I had. I'm like, I wouldn't even know how to start that. So, you know, it's something that is walking into the unknown, and she's giving it a go. There's so many things that we can do that are scary, and yet we can do them, and they will pave the way for those that can learn from us. So get a little bravery in there, some boldness, some commitment going on. Alright, well, that's us for this week, so I hope you enjoyed that. You know, again, this constitutes, if you're stuck at home, because we might be for a while now, this will constitute your Sunday school, your Come Follow Me. But do the manual first, really, because it's super awesome and that's the best stuff. And then this is kind of like a top-up that you can just listen to or watch, whatever. Well, I'm going to go have a swing, so enjoy some more sunshine, but you have a good day, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye!